Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Call. I'm Dennis Green, and it's 3 weeks into the Muni Band season, but this is the first time that we've had Steve Shanley in to talk about the upcoming concert that he's directing.
I am finally working for a living, yes.
You were traveling the first couple of weeks with the co-band department in Europe. Before we talk about the concert, how was the trip?
It was a great tour for the co-music department. We had the band, jazz band, orchestra, and choir, and a number of performances in the Netherlands and Belgium. And it was a good time. Always fun to accompany students out into the world and watch them navigate that for the first time and see what it's like to be in the minority of people who speak the local language and know what's going on. And
how were the concerts received?
Very well. As you are well aware, especially jazz music tends to be more warmly embraced over in Europe than here. And I told everybody, be ready for this. Passersby will stop and listen to this and think it's great because they love jazz over there. And speaking of that, we were fortunate, a few of us, to stay behind and hang out in Paris for a few days. And Wynton Marsalis and the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra were there with the Paris Orchestra, performing some of Wynton's pieces, and the standing ovation and encore requests from the crowd, it's like nothing I have seen in the United States. I think he had to come back to the stage 5 times and play 2 encores. It was really cool to see that and be a part of that.
Well, back to the real world now. Back to work.
World, yes.
And it's week 3 of the municipal band season. What is up for this week?
Well, we're featuring David Lang, who we're fortunate now is a permanent member of the group. We were able to find a spot for him. He's been a regular sub, like our top call sub for euphonium for the last number of years, and then we had an opening and slid him into that and thought it would be cool to celebrate his official membership by making him play a feature with the band. And
welcome to the band. Here's a bunch of extra work.
Welcome to the band. You now have to play another solo. But yeah, he is someone who was always a very, very fine player, and I don't throw the word virtuoso around when I'm in here talking to you very often, but truly a world-class euphonium virtuoso, and was prior to his retirement. But then when he retired and had even more time to practice, I mean, it's unreal what this guy can do.
He was a band director at Independence for many years and built that program to one of the top in the state a director.
As a director, yes, a very fine. And I mentioned to the group in the rehearsal, because as he plays, he kind of tends to conduct as well. And I said, in addition to being a great euphonium player, he was also a very fine conductor, and also a very fine conductor while playing the euphonium. And I said, if you don't want to watch me, you can watch him, and he'll give you all the cues and the tempos as well, because that's basically who I'm following. But yeah, it's especially fun for me because I was in college and got a call from him to go teach at his jazz camp. And so one of my earliest teaching experiences was at the Independence Jazz Camp in the summer, and then that turned into me student teaching there, and he's just been a huge influence on me from the earliest stages, so it's always a pleasure to work with him in this capacity. We're playing Napoli, or Napoli. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. I'll have to look that up before I announce it even more publicly to the audience. And there exists a pretty common accompaniment for that, band accompaniment for that, and it's pretty easy. And he emailed me a couple months ago and said, so there's this other accompaniment for it that is really challenging that I think really only the Cedar Rapids Municipal Band could play. Are you up for that? And I was thinking, am I up for that? Well, of course, I'm not the one who has to play all the notes. It's our woodwind section who has to. So yeah, we read through that at the rehearsal on Monday, and the band did a wonderful job, and of course David did as well.
So that's a little extra texture for that, beyond above and beyond what some of them are.
Yes, you'll notice his part is really no different than those of you who have heard him play the piece before, but you'll just notice a bit more excitement and sort of flair throughout on that. So that's cool. We're also playing music from the Disney film Brave, which I have not seen and was not familiar with the music until we programmed it for this week, and it's really super, super cool music. So if you've got kids or you yourself enjoyed the film, you'll get to hear some highlights from that. And even if you have not seen the film or heard the music, you're going to love it. It's got kind of an Irish vibe to it, which is really really different and fun as well. And then celebrating the historic run of Phantom of the Opera, which just recently closed as the longest running show on Broadway, and doing a medley of pretty much the entire musical. So it's
Okay.
It's 12 minutes. You'll hear all your favorites on that, unless your favorite is one of the very, very, very most obscure parts of the show. But we're enjoying working on that one as well. Just some wonderful music and a great arrangement by Warren Barker. Also, the Tooted Toucan Can-Can.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think I got that right. Actually, I better check here. Yes, Tooted Toucan Can-Can. So
Tooted Toucan
Can-Can. So it's by Erica Svano, who's a wonderful writer, has written a lot of very cool things for concert band in the last 10 years or so. And this is her take on the can-can. And so you'll recognize elements of the can-can, and then she intersperses it with other aspects, other sort of famous classical music excerpts as well. And it's very, very quirky and very fun. It was kind of cool to watch the musicians read through that for the first time on Monday night that were kind of playing along. And then, okay, it's the can-can, it's the can-can. Oh, wait, I'm playing the Firebird now. Okay, and I'm playing the Can-Can, and I'm now playing Swan Lake. And yeah, so it's cool. Everyone's going to enjoy that one.
Quirky tune and a quirky title to go with it. Definitely.
Yes. Tooted Toucan Can-Can. Yes. So yeah, those concerts are Wednesday at Johnson STEAM Academy, and that one we're going to be joined by the Harmony School of Music. They're going to play a concert beforehand at 6:30, so we hope everyone will come out and support those kids and the great work they're doing, and then we'll take the stage at 7:30. And then on Sunday at Ellis Park, one of our go-to park locations on the west side of town.
Well, as always, sounds like a fun week of music. So Wednesday at Johnson in Cedar Rapids, and Ellis Park on Sunday. And, of course, people can find you on social media. They can watch. I watched the live stream last week because I couldn't come to the concert, and it was great.
Yeah, Justin.
Not as great as being there in person, but...
Of course, we love having you there in person, but we also love getting the count on our page up. So, yeah, Justin Comer and his crew do such a great job with the video and the sound on that, and it's certainly a second place to the first place actually being there, but it's a respectable second place.
So you can watch a live stream on the Facebook page, but if you want to go in person and need any further information or want to check weather, things like that, you can also visit the webpage, which is
crmuniband.org.
And CR Muniband also on Facebook for those late breaking announcements.
Yeah, the Facebook
that's where the weather-related stuff would go first.
That'll be the weather-related and that sort of thing, although it looks like we're not going to be having any rain of any sort anytime soon. Yes, ever again. So,
all right. Steve, have a good week, and we'll get an update on next week's concert next week, too. Thanks.
Thanks, Dennis.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio many weekdays at 10:30, or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture or your favorite podcast player. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.